Welcome to Portugal, a country right on the edge of Europe, where golden beaches, shaped by the endless Atlantic Ocean, stretch for miles, and old castles sitting on top of rocky hills stand like quiet guards watching over historic towns. Here, every cobblestone street, made smooth by countless feet walking over them, seems to tell stories from hundreds of years ago, like a quiet tale of explorers, kings, and poets. This is a land where history isn't a heavy weight, but a soft, always-there song. From the sunny orange cliffs of the Algarve in the south, a place of warmth and light, to the green-stepped valleys of the north, where life moves at a slower, more relaxed pace, Portugal shows itself as a land of amazing differences. It's a place of deep charm, stunning beauty, and a soulful rhythm, a feeling called saudade that fills its music, its art, and its very spirit. It's a country that feels both very old and full of life, like a blanket woven from threads of battles, discoveries, and quiet strength. Join me now as we start exploring the most beautiful places in Portugal. Together we will find the hidden gems tucked away in its quiet spots, stand amazed by its famous landmarks that have shaped a nation, and experience the unforgettable sights that make this small European country a truly magical place. Our trip begins here, on this western shore, where the land ends and the sea begins. Our trip starts in Lisbon, a city built on 7 hills, each one giving you a new view of its lively life. It is the very soul of Portugal, a capital where history and modern times live together in a captivating dance. The famous yellow trams, like busy insects, move through the incredibly narrow and winding streets, their familiar rattling sound always there, a comforting background noise to the city. We wander through the Alfama district, the city's ancient heart, a maze of small streets where the sad fado music spills out from cozy taverns, telling stories of love and loss. Here, life is lived out in the open, a community connected by shared history and strength. Down by the sparkling Tagus River, where great explorers once sailed to unknown worlds, stand monuments to Portugal's golden age of discovery. The strong Belém Tower, a fancy fort, seems to float on the water, a symbol of the country's power at sea. Nearby, the Grand Jerónimos Monastery, a masterpiece of Manueline architecture, its stone carved with detailed sea designs, stands as proof of the wealth and faith that drove these epic journeys. As the sun starts to go down, we go up to the Miradouro da Senhora do Monte, the highest viewpoint, to see the city bathed in a warm, magical glow, its red tile roofs turning into a sea of fire. A short trip from the capital, we enter a completely different world. Sintra, a place covered in mist and mystery, where fairytale palaces appear from thick green forests. It's a place that has charmed poets and kings for hundreds of years. A landscape that feels like it came right out of a storybook. Sitting high on a rocky peak, the Palácio da Penha is a dazzling show of color and romance. Its playful towers and bright fronts a bold statement against the often grey sky. It's proof of the wild imagination of the 1800s, a dream brought to life in stone. Deeper inside these magical woods, other secrets wait. The old Castelo dos Muros, the Moorish castle, its stone walls winding along the mountain's ridge, offers amazing views back towards the Atlantic. It speaks of a much older, more battled history. And then there's the Quinta da Regaleira, a place of deep meaning and mystery. Its gardens are a maze of caves, hidden tunnels, and the amazing initiation well, an underground tower that spirals deep into the earth, a journey into darkness and maybe understanding. Sintra isn't just a bunch of buildings, it's a feeling, a sense of wonder that stays with you long after you've left its misty embrace. We travel north to Porto, a city of granite and grit, clinging to the steep banks of the Douro River. Its heart is the Ribeira district, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a lively mix of colorful tall houses that lean against each other as if for support. Down by the waterfront, life happens with a strong energy, the air filled with the cries of seagulls and the hum of boats. Ruling the skyline is the magnificent Dom Luís I Bridge, an amazing iron bridge from the industrial age, its 2-level arch connecting Porto with the cellars of Vila Nova de Gaia. To cross it on foot is to be floating between the sky and the river, with the city spread out before you. Porto is a city deeply connected with one special creation: port wine. Across the river, the names of famous port wine houses are on the roofs of the huge cellars, or caves, where the precious liquid ages in big wooden barrels. We go into the cool, dark quiet of one of these cellars, the air thick with the sweet, woody smell of aging wine. Here, we learn the secrets of how it's made, a tradition passed down through families for generations. And of course, no visit is complete without a tasting, a chance to enjoy the rich, complex flavors that have made this city famous all over the world. Porto is a city that delights your senses, a place of stunning views, rich history, and exquisite taste. Following the river inland from Porto, we enter the Douro Valley, which is honestly one of the world's oldest and most spectacular wine regions. Here, the land has been deeply shaped by human hands over 2,000 years. Steep hillsides have been carved into an endless series of terraces, a huge amount of work that just flows down to the river's edge. These are the vineyards that produce port wine, where the grapes bake in the hot summer sun. The valley is a masterpiece of humans working with nature, a place where the partnership between people and the land has created something incredibly beautiful. The Douro River itself is the lifeblood of this region, a calm, silver ribbon winding through the dramatic landscape. A relaxed boat ride along its waters offers the best way to see it, letting the size and grandeur of the terraced hills unfold around you. White-walled quintas, the traditional wine estates, are scattered across the landscape, and many of them now welcome visitors. Here, you can experience true Portuguese hospitality, tasting the wines right where they are made, and hearing the stories of the families who have cared for these vines for generations. The Douro Valley is not just a place to see, it is a place to be enjoyed slowly, like the fine wine it produces. Our journey now takes us to the southernmost edge of Portugal, the Algarve. This is a coastline shaped by the constant power of the Atlantic, which has spent thousands of years carving the limestone cliffs into amazing shapes. At Ponta da Piedade, near Lagos, the sea has created a maze of caves, sea stacks, and natural arches, their golden rock just glowing against the turquoise water. It's a natural wonder, best explored by small boat, going through hidden caves and secret coves. Nearby, Praia da Marina is often called one of the world's most beautiful beaches, its soft sands framed by these same famous weathered cliffs. But the Algarve's beauty isn't just on its dramatic western coast. The famous Benagil Cave, with its circular skylight open to the sky, is a natural cathedral, only reachable from the sea. Further east, the region's character softens. In Tavira, a charming town sitting on the Gilao River, a Roman bridge and whitewashed buildings speak of a quieter, more traditional way of life. And inland, in villages like Alte, with its natural springs and cobbled streets, you discover the rustic soul of the Algarve, a world away from the busy resorts. It's a region of dazzling light, dramatic landscapes, and hidden spots of peace. We leave the mainland behind and head out into the vast Atlantic to the island of Madeira. This volcanic peak, rising dramatically from the ocean floor, is a floating garden, a place of never-ending spring. Its capital, Funchal, sits in a spectacular natural bowl, its white houses just climbing the steep green slopes. The island's unique shape has led to a clever irrigation system known as lavadas. These narrow water channels cross the island, and the footpaths next to them now form an amazing network of hiking trails, leading walkers through lush laurel forests and past flowing waterfalls. The dramatic nature of Madeira is fully on display at Cabo Tirao, one of the highest sea cliffs in Europe. A glass-floored walkway extends out over the deep drop, offering a heart-stopping view to the terraced fields and the ocean far below. It's a powerful reminder of the island's volcanic past. And no visit to Madeira would be complete without tasting its famous fortified wine, a drink with a history as rich and complex as the island itself. Madeira is a safe haven for those who seek nature in its most green and dramatic form, an island of breathtaking heights and abundant subtropical life. We return to the mainland and travel into the heart of the Alentejo, a vast, sun-baked region of rolling plains, cork trees, and olive groves. At its center lies Evora, a city that is basically an open-air museum. Surrounded by medieval walls, its well-preserved old town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a place where layers of history are visible everywhere you look. We find ourselves standing before the Templo de Diana, a remarkably intact Roman temple dating back to the 1st century. Its fancy columns are stark and beautiful proof of the Roman presence in this area. Évora is a city of deep and sometimes unsettling history. In the Church of St. Francis, we discover the Capela dos Ossos, the Chapel of Bones. Here, the walls and pillars are carefully lined with the bones and skulls of some 5,000 monks, a serious reminder of how short human life is, with the chilling message, "We bones that are here, for yours we wait." Beyond the city walls, the vast, peaceful landscape of the Alentejo stretches to the horizon, a region of quiet beauty, ancient standing stones, and a slow, timeless rhythm of life. Évora offers a deep and thoughtful journey into Portugal's long and complex past. On the coast between Porto and Lisbon, we find Aveiro, a city with a unique watery character. A network of canals weaves through its heart, earning it the nickname the Venice of Portugal. Graceful, brightly painted boats known as moliceiros glide along these waterways. Once used for gathering seaweed, they are now a charming way to explore the city, their fronts often decorated with funny and colorful folk art scenes. The city itself is a showcase for Art Nouveau architecture, with fancy fronts and intricate iron balconies decorating many of the buildings along the main canal. Aveiro's charm goes beyond its canals. It is the home of a special sweet treat, ovos moles, a candy made of egg yolks and sugar inside a thin, wafer-like shell, often shaped like shells or fish. Just a short trip from the city center lies the Costa Nova, a stunning stretch of beach famous for its paleiros. These are traditional fishermen's houses, now turned into vacation homes, painted in bold vertical stripes of red, blue, and green. They stand in a vibrant line against the wild Atlantic dunes, a wonderfully picture-perfect and unique feature of this delightful coastal region. We journey now to one of Portugal's most charming and well-preserved medieval towns, Óbidos. The entire town is a treasure, completely surrounded by strong castle walls. To walk on these walls is to be taken back in time, offering magnificent views over a sea of red tile roofs and the countryside around. Entering through the main gate, itself decorated with beautiful 18th century tilework, you step into a maze of narrow cobblestone streets, a place made for exploring on foot. The town is a delightful puzzle of whitewashed houses, their walls covered with bright bougainvillea and geraniums. Little artisan shops, charming bookstores, and inviting cafes are tucked into every corner. The main street leads uphill towards the impressive castle, which now holds a luxurious hotel, or posada. Óbidos is also famous for its ginginha, a sour cherry liqueur, often served in a small edible chocolate cup, a local tradition that is a joy to experience. The town truly comes alive during its many festivals, especially the medieval market, when it fills with knights, musicians, and merchants, completing its transformation into a living fairy tale. Far out in the middle of the Atlantic lies a group of 9 volcanic islands, a remote and incredibly beautiful outpost of Europe, the Azores. This is Portugal's hidden paradise, a land of dramatic green landscapes, volcanic craters, and a deep connection to the ocean. Each island has its own unique feel. On São Miguel, the largest island, we find the famous Sete Cidades, a twin lake system, one blue and one green, nestled in the crater of a sleeping volcano. It is a site of almost mythical beauty, often covered in magical mist. The volcanic nature of the Azores is always present. Hot springs bubble up from the earth, creating natural warm pools like those at Furnace or Terra Nostra Park, where you can bathe in the iron-rich warm waters. The ocean around is one of the world's most important safe places for sea life. Whale and dolphin watching trips offer the chance to see these magnificent creatures in their natural home. From the black volcanic vineyards of Pico Island, which produce a unique and crisp wine, to the flower-filled landscapes of Flores, the Azores offer a deep sense of discovery, a feeling of being at the raw, beautiful edge of the world. Located on the banks of the Mondego River, we arrive in Coimbra, Portugal's ancient center of learning and its first capital. The city is dominated, both physically and culturally, by its university, one of the oldest continuously running universities in the world. Perched on top of the highest hill, the university grounds are like a city within a city. Its historic heart is the Paco das Escolas courtyard, and its greatest treasure is the Biblioteca Joanina, a spectacular Baroque library. Inside, gilded shelves hold over 250,000 old books, and a colony of bats is famously kept here to protect the precious books from insects. The life of the city is deeply connected to its student population. The students, with their traditional black capes, are a common sight, and their traditions and music fill the city with a youthful energy. A special kind of fado music, sung only by male students, comes from here, its melodies echoing through the steep, narrow streets of the old town. Below the university, the city slopes down to the river, with beautiful botanical gardens and riverside parks offering peaceful places to relax. Coimbra is a city where knowledge is highly valued, where history is very real, and where the energy of youth keeps the ancient stones alive. Our final stop brings us back to the raw power of the Atlantic coast, to the fishing town of Nazar. For much of the year, it's a charming seaside resort, with a long sandy beach and local women in traditional 7-layered skirts, drying fish on racks in the sun. But in the autumn and winter, Nazar changes completely. It becomes the center of the big wave surfing world, a place where nature unleashes its most awesome and terrifying power. A unique underwater canyon offshore funnels Atlantic swells, making them into the largest rideable waves on the planet. From the viewpoint of the fort of São Miguel Arcanjo, which has a surfing museum, you can witness this incredible sight. Tiny figures of surfers are pulled onto the face of moving mountains of water, some reaching heights of over 80 feet. It's a breathtaking, humbling display of human courage and nature's might. But even amidst this intense drama, the charm of the town itself remains. The Sitio district, on the cliff top, offers panoramic views and a quieter, more traditional atmosphere. Nazar is a place of dramatic differences, where old fishing traditions live alongside the extreme edge of modern sport. From its ancient cities, where every stone tells a story, to its stunning islands, born of volcanic fire and cradled by the vast ocean. From its dramatic coastlines shaped by the tireless Atlantic, to its quiet, sun-drenched countryside, Portugal is a country that truly captures your heart. It's a small country with a variety of landscapes and experiences that's surprising for its size. It leaves a lasting impression on everyone who walks its paths. A gentle echo of its soulful beauty that stays with you long after the trip is over. It's a place where history and nature perform an eternal, graceful dance. Where every corner you turn, every hill you climb, offers a new story waiting to be discovered. Here, beauty is found not only in the grand, famous landmarks that get the world's attention, but also in the simple, deep joys of life. The taste of a freshly grilled sardine, the sad sound of a fado guitar, the warmth of the afternoon sun on a tiled square. It's a country that invites you to slow down, to look closer, and to feel deeply. Whether you're a sun-seeker drawn to its golden shores, an explorer eager for ancient mysteries, a foodie looking for authentic flavors, or a dreamer looking for a place that feels like poetry, Portugal welcomes you with open arms and a quiet warmth. So pack your bags, grab your camera, and come discover for yourself the most beautiful places in Portugal. Your own unforgettable adventure awaits.